Hello, future engineers. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're still new to my channel and you like what I'm doing, please don't forget to share my videos to your friends and to your friends' friends. To your younger brothers and sisters who would want to take up engineering in the future, and to your relatives. That's one way you can keep me going, inspired, and refreshed. Now, if you find my videos interesting and important to your studies, also please don't forget to subscribe. Hello, future engineers, viewers, subscribers, and students. Here is another video. Sample problem videos, Engineers in Progress 8.8 on investment and interest, simple interest problems. So the principle is interest is principal or the capital rate of simple interest times the period, which is in years. And if in algebra, by the way, the time period is taken as 1 year, but in the problems here, the time period may not be 1 year, it is less than 1 year or more than 1 year, but we can still compute that. So if there are two principals or business ventures involved, then the principle is the net interest obtained from two or more business ventures is equal to the sum of the interest obtained from each business venture. So since interest is principal or capital times rate of simple interest times y, and if y is taken as 1 year, otherwise it should be expressed in year, then for ordinary year, it is taken 12 months and 1 month is 30 days. So ordinary year is 12 months and 1 month is equal to 30 days. So the exact year is taken 365 in algebra, but in engineering economy for that subject, then if it is a leap year, it is taken 366 years. So don't be bothered with that. In algebra, let's take 1 year as 365 if it is mentioned in the problem that you have to compute exact interest. So the exact year is 365 days. Then exact simple interest would be the term when we compute for that interest there. So therefore, I is equal to P1 R1 plus P2 R2 dot 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 plus dot dot dot. So future worth is equal to the principal or the capital plus the interest. Since we substitute the value of I, which is PRY, I pray, then subfactor out P, so we have future worth or accrued value is P quantity 1 plus RY. Then for algebraic problems, if the period is taken 1 year, so the interest reduces to just principal times rate of simple interest. So if it involves two or more business ventures, then I equals P1 R1 plus P2 R2 plus dot dot dot. So we just take note that R may be positive or negative. So if in the business you have in the certain line of business you earn, then you treat R as positive. If you lose, then R is taken negative for that case. So P1 is principal or capital in the first line of business. PR1 is the rate of simple interest in that first line of business. Then P2 principal for the second line of business, R2 rate of simple interest or the rate realized in the second line of business, and so on and so forth. So that's it. That's the principle for investment, simple interest and investment problems. So let's have this first problem. Find the ordinary interest and the final amount on $5,000 at 6% for 288 days, $4,000 at 0.045 for 93 days. By the way, For those who want to anticipate the solution, or for those who already know how to solve problems in this video, you can do so by pausing the video. That is if you are already knowledgeable about this problem. But for those who want to review, then you just watch the video and try to follow the solution. So I equals PRY. So therefore, the interest is $5,000 times 0.06 times quantity 288 divided by 360. So that Y is 288 days divided by 360 days per year. So that would now be in year. So I therefore is $240. Then F is P 1 plus RY, or simply P 5,000 plus the interest to 40. But let's use this formula first. So $5,000 plus 240. So you may use this formula, or we just compute F as 5,000 P plus the interest 240. So it is $5,240. That's the final amount. Then for part B, I is $4,000 times 0.045 times quantity 93 over 360, because we are asked for ordinary interest. So I equals $46.5. Therefore, the final amount is 4,000 plus 46.5. So it is $4,046.5. Let's proceed to problem 2. Find the exact interest and the final amount on $3,000 at 0.04. So this is the rate expressed in decimal for 219 days, then $10,000 500 at 0.05 for 75 days. For the first one, it is equal to 3,000 times R, which is 0.04, then times 219 divided by 365, the denominator, because we are asked for the exact interest. So I is equal to $72. Therefore, F, the final amount, which is given by this, but we'll just use P plus I. So 3,000 plus $72 is $3,072. For part B, the interest is 10,500 times 0.05 times quantity 75 divided by 365. So the interest is equal to $107.88. Then the final amount 10,500 plus $107.88. So it is equal to $10,607.88. So let's continue. Problem 3. Find the amount at the end of 8 months if $250 is invested at 8%. So we use F because we are referring to F here, future worth or accrued value. F is equal to P, quantity 1 plus RY. So our P is $250 times 1 plus 0.08 times the period in year is 8 months divided by 12 months. So that would be in year. So that would be $263.33. Problem 4. At what rate will $1,250 be the interest for 5 years on $10,000? So I equals PRY. And Y is 5 years this time. I is 1 to 50. So 1 to 50 equals 10,000 times R times 5 years. Solving for R in decimal and in percent, 0.025 in decimal, in percent, 2.5%. Problem 5. Find the principal if it earns $300 interest when invested for 120 days at 4.5% simple interest. So interest equals PRY. I pray so that you can easily remember that. So 300 is equal to P times R times, which is 0.045 in decimal for an 1/2%. Then year Y is 120 days over 360. So P therefore is $20,000. Problem 6. Find the principal if it earns $250 interest in 3/4 year at 4%. This is already the Y, which is 3/4. Interest 250. I equals PRY. 250 equals P R 0.04 times Y, which is 3/4. So P is equal to $8,333.33. Problem 7. Find the principal which will amount to $1,000 by the end of 9 months if invested at 5%. So the expected answer should be less than $1,000 because this is already the future worth. So F equals P quantity 1 plus RY, and Y is 9 months over 12 or 3/4 of a year. So I F equals P quantity 1 plus RY. So 1000 equals P quantity 1 plus 0.05 times 9 over 12. Solving for P is equal to $963.86 as expected, less than $1,000. Problem 8, find the present value, this is also P, of $5,000 which is due at the end of 5 years if the interest rate is 4%. So $5,000, that's the future worth. So F equals P quantity 1 plus RY. So 5,000 equals P present worth times quantity 1 plus 0.04 times Y, which is 5 years. So 5,000 equals P quantity 1 plus 0.04 times 5. Solving for P. P is $4,166.67. Problem 9. Roberts buys a bill of goods from a merchant who asks $2,000 at the end of 60 days. So F is $2,000, but that will be at the end of 60 days. If Roberts wishes to pay immediately, what should the seller accept if he agrees to take a present value computed with the assumption that money can be invested at 6%? So given F, to find P, the present value, the amount that should be paid immediately at present, and that would be for 60 days. Y is 60 over 360, and R is 0.06. So F equals P quantity 1 plus RY. So 2000 equals P quantity 1 plus 0.06 times quantity 60 over 360 days. 360 days over 360 days per year. Solving for PP is $1,980.2. Then lastly, problem 10. In purchasing golf clubs, a man is offered the choice of paying $45 cash or $50 at the end of 90 days. At what rate is he actually being charged interest if he chooses to pay at the end of 90 days? So we use the same formula. F equals P1 quantity 1 plus RY. F is equal to $50. P is $45. Then quantity 1 plus rate times Y, which is 90 over 360. So 50 equals 45, quantity 1 plus R, 90 over 360. Solving for R both in fraction and in percent. So 4 over 9, that's 0.44444 times 144.44%. So that's it for this video. I hope that you were able to follow the solutions. These are very light uh, problems. We just make use of the formula. Even without the formula, you can think of the solution. And this series of problems are on investment and simple interest formula. If you notice, it is after mixture problems because if you notice, the formulas are almost the same. So I, which is the principal supposedly, times the net interest on the total business ventures is equal to principal of the first R1 plus principal of the second R2. So it's just like You mix certain percentage of a solution, then the amount, then plus another percentage or concentration of the second mixture times the amount, then it is equal to result the resulting percentage times the total amount. So that's why the principal formulas are almost the same, except for this part here, which is on real enjoying economy on simple interest.